Hey everybody, HMV here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we are launching a ship to Aptur. That's right, we're not going to Sana, we're going to Aptur, and I am cranking this thing as far over to the right as possible to help the gravity turn get started, because this guy has almost no control authority, especially with this solid going. I'm using the small fairing, and I'm very happy about the fact that I'm using the small fairing because you don't get a lot of use out of the small fairing. Usually the ship that you build doesn't fit under it, so it's kind of cool. I'm excited to show you the ship that I've got. I am basically cranking over 100% the entire launch to get this thing over as much as possible, but it's kind of nice to get high up out of the atmosphere before you ditch this thing, and all we've got left is I think this is a swivel. Yeah, this is a swivel here. But our apoapsis is over 20. We're probably going to be, 30 or 40 here. Yeah, probably 40 by the time we drop this thing, maybe even higher. So maybe tilting this thing on the launch pad wouldn't have been a bad idea, but I had some bad experiences with that. So we're going to ditch this, and then we're going to turn this guy a little bit just to get him aiming the right way. And now that we're over the last band here, I'm going to hit the engine, and I think I'm going to crank it farther. We're at 40. I'm going to go down to about 10 here. Yeah, we'll be fine with this. If you have these things, 1.25 meter tanks to the side of something, this fairing won't fit around them. So almost nothing that you can send up that would need a fairing will fit under this fairing. Well, I found something that both needs and can fit under the fairing, and I'm kind of excited to show it to you. Now, this guy is designed to make it out of the atmosphere completely on this engine. However, I want this engine to stay in the atmosphere when it comes back down. So I'm going to actually burn him out completely. And then that way our periapsis will still be within the atmosphere, and I can justify deleting it because it would eventually burn up. So that's why I'm burning my periapsis up, but pretty soon it's going to flip over and my apoapsis is going to raise up too far above the atmosphere. And I think at 52 kilometers, we could probably ditch the fairing, so let's go ahead and do that now. There they go. And here's my ship. Look at this. It's got a spark down here, and it's got a bunch of these Oscar fuel tanks, which is kind of cool. There we go. My apoapsis is going up and up and up. Now we can ditch this and get rid of it, and we've just got this ship with a 47 kilometer periapsis and a 266 kilometer apoapsis. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just get our periapsis to around 100. And we also now have no way to generate electric charge, so I'm going to be pretty stingy, although I've got lots of batteries, and they're all turned off, so if we run out of electric charge, we're not going to oh, I was like, why is this thing flipping back over? Well, it's because we're still in the atmosphere. So let's go ahead and get out of the atmosphere first. Hello, Sana. Hello, Aptur. God, it's so close. It's like you can touch it, but it's so much of a pain to get to. Mostly because it's actually orbiting backwards relative to Kerbin. So if you try to go directly there, it costs a lot of delta V. I actually figured out a way to get there like on your same orbit, but it costs like 800 delta V to slow down, whereas it only costs like, I think, 200 or 300 to slow down if you go all the way across. We are 2 seconds away. Should probably start my engine. I just realized we're like not aiming at our forward, but why is that? I think our maneuver node is wonky. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's fine. So now we have a periapsis over 100, apoapsis of 261. Now we need to get to Aptur, and we're actually at the right time, so I'm just going to burn now. Now, we want to go forward because we want to end up over here outside of Kerbin. So we're going to burn somewhere around here-ish to get our orbit going forward. There we go. And if we... Oh, that's way too much. But you can't do much more than that. Let's set Aptur as our target. Yeah, see, we're a little bit beyond it, actually. We might be better served waiting, but let's just see what happens here if we change the time. Let's slow down until we're not escaping. And then go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. We get a encounter with Saren if we do that. But we don't want to do that. So let's oh, that's interesting. Because our orbit's not circular, changing the time actually causes us to not escape. That is an interesting problem. And I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, see, this is terrible. So I think we're going to wait in orbit. We're going to wait in orbit. And I think I'm going to waste the fuel at my next apoapsis to bring my periapsis up so that we are make it much easier to do the burn. And also time warp will be easier. I don't like doing these inefficient burns, but it's going to make my life a lot easier. And as long as I get the Aptur transition burn correct, we should have plenty of fuel to land 3 or 4 times on Aptur. I mean, it's like landing on something smaller than Midmas, but slightly bigger than Gilly. So landing is not the problem. Okay, now we want to time warp to about here. Let's focus on Sana. We want to time warp to roughly here so we have time to plan our next maneuver. Okay, things are looking good. Now, of course, we want to slow down, ideally. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We like to go 5 meters per second more than we need. That is actually not too bad. It's going down, which is good. Let's bring it forward in time until we hit Aptur, and it should be very close. There we go. There we go. Doing things at the... Now, if we go forward in orbit, let's see if that makes it better or worse. Forward in orbit made it much better. So let's slow down. There we go. Boom, we got an encounter. Aptur periapsis of... Come on. 13, 9, 16. If we go forward again, 12, 22. Oops, it's going down. Yeah, 13 or 14, that's the sweet spot right there. 112. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit this, and then we'll do a what you call it? Mid-course correction to get a much closer encounter. So, this burn is going to be 658 meters per second, and we have 629 in these tanks here. So we're going to ditch these tanks. We're going to actually hold on to them until the burn is over. That way we ditch them out into space, and we're not carrying them. We're not either carrying them, and we're not leaving them in Kerbin orbit. I was 6 seconds off. I hope that doesn't affect my burn here. It's also a very long burn. Probably the longest burn I'm going to do in this with this ship. But there's not much you can do about it. You just gotta suck it up and take it. Also, I'm gonna open this just in case the mystery goo needs to be open to space in order to be used here. Yeah, the main reason I'm not going to Sana this episode is because we're very close to unlocking the barometer. And I figure if we're gonna go to Sana, we might as well bring a barometer with us. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a probe that has, I'm gonna say like 5 barometers on it. Because we need one, well, actually, let's see. We need one on the launch pad. We need one in low atmosphere, one in high atmosphere, one in space around Kerbin, one in space high over Kerbin, one in space high over Sana, low over Sana, and Sana's up for upper atmosphere. We need 8. So we're gonna bring 8 barometers with us. We're gonna send this probe to Sana. It's gonna go into the atmosphere. It's gonna get the readings in the atmosphere, and it's going to then come home. And I'm planning on bringing a materials bay and a mystery goo just for the Sana atmosphere readings, because I think we've gotten them everywhere else except for Sana's atmosphere. So that's the probe I'm going to be running next episode, and then ideally that will get us docking ports, and then we can start and docking ports and hopefully solar panels. If it just gives us docking ports, I'm thinking about going back to the moon and doing a multi-landing there to get several biomes there. And if it then once we get solar panels, we can start looking at other planets. Okay, we are getting closer and closer here. Pretty soon our trajectory is going to get us out of Kerbin, and as soon as it does, I'm going to hit X here, because then it'll be time to ditch the fuel tanks. There it is. Okay, we're going to ditch these side fuel tanks because they should be out of fuel. They are. Let's make 100% sure that they're the next thing in the stage. They are. Goodbye. Okay, now we're going to burn down. Okay, we are basically there. We should be able to just tweak it until we get an encounter here. There we go. Encounter. 99. We're actually better than we were. I hit the wrong freaking key. God, I hate that. At least I was in map mode, so it didn't send me into IVA mode. Okay, let's go ahead. There we go. 190. 130. 80. Okay, 80 is the sweet spot. Okay, so out here, we are going to add a maneuver to ideally get our periapsis less than, let's say less than 10,000. If we go negative prograde, that's going to get us closer. And that's actually pretty good. And if we go positive on the normal, that'll get us kind of equatorial-ish. There we go. 11. That's perfect. That is a 6.4 meter per second burn. That's going to get us a very nice periapsis. Set up a maneuver here to get into orbit. I don't know what the safe altitude over Aptur is. That looks pretty low. But we're coming in for a landing pretty quick after we do this. Because all we need to do is nail a landing. I have a feeling, looking at the things, I don't remember if I had lowlands and midlands or lowlands and highlands or midlands and highlands, but I had two of those, so it implies that there is the third. That's my gut feeling, is that there are 3 total biomes. I don't see any like asteroids or anything obvious, so I think that if I land on top of a hill and in a valley, and then in the middle part, I'll be good. Okay, hey, material study. Well, we might as well take these because, you know, they're giving us science. We also, let's see, this is the only thing draining power, but what we can do here is we can take one of our batteries and this, and then transfer in to fill him back up each time. And I think the 4 batteries is overkill. On a manned vessel, you don't really use up your batteries all that much. But we are aimed prograde or retrograde. Let's see. We've got this 116 meter per second burn. If you burn directly to Aptur, it's like 800. So you're saving 700 meters per second by spending an extra day or 2 getting there, which for my money is a good deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to land wherever we land. And then obviously we're going to land wherever fate takes us. And then we're going to plan a hop to the nearest low point and the nearest high point of Aptur. We got plenty of fuel. We're still got the first of these 3 tanks, and this will get us home easily. This will probably get it, like this center stack will probably get us home 3 times. This might be a Highlands right here. So I'm just going to come to a complete stop right here. And we're going to fall down on this spot. And if it's Highlands, great. If it's Midlands, I think our flag is in the Midlands. Let's look at, where's our flag? Oh, we need a... Do you have a flag? Yeah, our flag looks probably Midlands. So I'm hoping all this white stuff is Highlands. That seems reasonable, right? So this would be Highlands. Maybe even... Whoops, that's nothing near what I wanted. Let's drag it back a little bit. I would like to land in the sun. Does that seem too untoward? So let's, oh, there's a lowlands right here. This looks like lowlands. Let's go ahead and hit the lowlands. Now I changed my mind. Let's hit the highlands because it's in the sun. There we go. 173 meters per second to come to a complete stop over this highlands. And it's in 14 minutes at 5 times time warp, because the game hates me. So I will be back. Okay, I'm going to try to hit, like, I don't know, the top of this ridge right here. Ideally, that looks like it might be a Highlands. We'll find out in a moment. Now, we have plenty of electric charge, so I think I'm going to actually tell this guy to hold retrograde when the time comes. And actually, you know what we could do? I just realized... We can use the old trick here. EVA report. Over the Midlands. Oh, well. We're going to land anyway. I think, if I remember correctly, that's what I have is everything in the Midlands. But I suppose this could still be Highlands because we're heading over it now. So we'll find out. We're heading 70 meters per second. I don't think I have impact time. I do. Here's our suicide burn distance. Suicide burn delta V. Still have plenty of fuel in these side tanks. 15 meters per second is definitely enough. We're like in the worst spot here, but it's not a big deal. We've got plenty of electric charge, like I said. Okay, and I just realized we're in orbit mode, so we're going to switch to surface mode. And mostly it's now just coming down. I would like to fall... I would like to hit the ground and fall backwards. Although we can control that. Okay, we're going to turn this off. Oh, well, we needed the material study at least. Oh, no, we didn't because we got this already. Material study, but hey, we got more temperature scan. We've never been here. That's cool. We don't need an EVA report or anything. So let's go ahead and figure out where the nearest Highlands probably is. Probably this could be a Highlands. Let's go ahead and do this. Add a waypoint. Okay, and then the nearest lowlands to that is probably, it's hard to tell. Would this be lowlands or would that be midlands? I honestly don't know. Let's tell you what, let's take care of business first here. I didn't save it. Oh, I hate that. 2 suggestions for the waypoint manager. Don't put this in the center by default. And once you've set the location on the map, by clicking that there, have it automatically save. Or at least you have the option to automatically save. There it is. Okay, so I want to head this way. Making sure there's nothing we're going to hit. And we're definitely not going to hit anything. So now I'm just going to go into map mode and I'm going to watch myself. Probably aiming a little bit more this way. Just going to watch myself come here, and I'm going to hit X as soon as we're there. Probably overshoot a little bit. That's good enough. And I could bring up the biome thing on Kerbal Engineer. It's not a bad idea in this situation, but I think we're going to try to just find it. I could also turn on the biome map. Okay, surface speed of 10-ish is fine. There we go. Let's lay back. We're apparently still in the Midlands. Crew report from the Midlands. What the H? We are as close to this hilltop as we can be. So maybe this here. Maybe we have to go all the way over here. I think if this ends up not being Highlands, I'm going to cheat and use the map. Ooh, a little bit harder than I wanted to. Let's go ahead and I'm afraid to ditch these now because they're. Is this seriously not the Highlands? This is still the Midlands. Okay. Executive decision. I am sick of hunting. We are going to make the biomes visible in the map. Oh my word, it's this tiny little thing. And I was right. I guess these are lowlands. I'm in the Midlands. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, I'm still aiming retrograde. Okay. Rotate ourselves around. Pull up. Ditch those. Okay. Don't worry about those explosions. We're just going to go right there. This thing looks funny with the... Okay, aim retrograde. And if this isn't Highlands, I quit. Yeah, I'm not super concerned about my fuel, but I would like to have 500 or so left when I'm coming home. Although I think I only need about 200. There we go. Aha! We got it. Let's turn our computer back on. Let's pull up. Okay. Roll this guy around. Lay him on his back. Turn the computer off. Keep all these. We are ready to come home. And we're moderately equatorial. Actually, we're quite equatorial. So all we got to do is burn towards the 90. Which is right like this. We're going to get our apoapsis up to, we'll say 20. No, we'll say 10. Now we'll say 20. Okay, 264 meters per second is what we have to get home. Now, we are pretty close to where we need to be be honest here, to get home. Let's go ahead and try doing it. See, 54. That's crazy. Yeah, we're gonna make it easy. Okay, Kerbin. Set you as a target. Let's change the time here. Oh no, we got to get down here, but look at this. I don't know what that's telling me. That's telling me I'm hitting Kerbin, which is perfectly fine by me. There we go. Boom. Here comes Kerbin. There goes Aptur. Oh, that's a cool picture. Oh, we're in Kerbin's sphere of influence. Okay. We have a very scary trajectory that I probably should have fixed by now. But we need to aim away from Kerbin. Let's make sure that we're going to have the delta V to do this. I guess there's no way to know. So let's just do it. I would like to get my apoapsis around 35 or so. This is going to be terrifying. Okay, let's do this now. We're already aimed that way. I'm gonna hit this to give us an extra push, and hopefully that's not gonna kick us out. I think you're gonna die, Lufert. This is the most I've thought you're gonna die ever. It looks so safe right now. But we're not. We're very unsafe. I might be able to do something. That should give us a little bit of aerodynamics up. I seriously doubt it's going to help. Yeah, we're going to blow up. Sorry, Lufert. Dang! Dang it, dang it, dang it. We just lost Lufert and all that science. And I have no idea why we still got this. There we go. Wow, all that. And we killed Lufert. Okay, I'm going to do this entire mission again off camera, because that was crazy. There's really no reason to show it all to you again. I basically did everything right except for I should have fixed my periapsis at the midway point. I just didn't have the delta V to fix it once I was in the sphere of influence. So yeah, oops. So I'm going to hire myself another scientist. I'm going to fly to Aptur, do all that again, and then bring him home. And then I'm going to come back next episode. We're hopefully going to have the science to do a proper sauna mission. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm HMV, and I will, as always, talk at you later.